Everybody get ready. I come up with a new stupid song for this podcast every time. Everyone, welcome back to the Facebook Ads Kingdom. Do you guys know what we do here? We do a lot. And recently, what we've been doing is analyzing brands' entire e-com ecosystem within itself. We talk about their AOV on their platform. We talk about maybe some suggestions they could use to increase conversion rates inside their website itself. We talk about their Facebook ads. We talk about it all. And we go through 4 brands each time. And that's what we do. I'm here with Azriel Ratz, the CEO of Ratz Pack Media. And today we got another 4 exciting brands for you. So if you're tuning in on Spotify, we suggest you basically jump over to YouTube because that's where you'll get the fuller experience and see in action what goes on. Let's talk about it. Let's do it. Brand number 1. What do you want to say?
I said, let's make some money.
Let's make some money. It's the greatest tagline no one has ever said. We have our first brand. It is a brand called Haven. Why don't we check them out? And just for the audience to know, they are running a whopping 5 Facebook ads.
They're running a whopping 5 Facebook ads. I'm actually going to start there. So let me share my screen while I open this up. Here we are. Okay. So this is Haven. Haven has a whopping 5 ads. And 2 of them are dynamic product ads. One actually looks like it's also a dynamic product ad. What is that?
Noodles.
It looks like noodles, right? I think incense. Okay, so here's what I think is happening. These 3, this is lower price products with this. We're going to keep this in mind. This orders on over $300 are free shipping. These are more expensive outerwear jackets. And then these are all the other stuff in the ads. And so they made 3 separate catalogs. Great. And they're running 3 dynamic product ads. And you see that in this one is all like these much cheaper products versus the other ones that have higher price product. We'll get into that in a second. Then they have this video. And now after doing some research on this brand, the video makes a lot of sense, but out of context, it doesn't make much sense. We're going to play 12 seconds. I assume you can't hear the sound, so I'm just going to turn it off for myself. But you'll note that the point of the brand is being outdoors. If you didn't note that, 6 of the seconds are just the logo. But the whole point is it's supposed to be rugged Canadian terrain. That's the thought process here. Rugged Canadian terrain. As you are someone from Canada, I'm sure you know that it is quite rugged there. My wife is from Toronto, so I definitely hear that. Now, the issue is, I assume they change this large homepage image every season. That's my assumption. But this picture doesn't do it for me. I just get here and I'm just like, what? Why is this guy just standing alone? It doesn't feel like rugged Canadian terrain. That's not what I'm feeling when I see this picture. And they also have some really great, better pictures. Like, this is a really phenomenal picture that should, in theory, have been the image. In fact, they're anyways using it in ads. It's available. Why are they not using that image? I'm a little confused by this, but this is the image that they're using, and I think that they could do better on here. Now, note that they have free shipping at $300, which is very interesting because we've spoken about a lot of brands that are sort of nervous about trying to push your cart up. They are selling quite expensive items, and yet they're not nervous to tell you to buy more. So I'm just going to give you an example. I'm going to add this product to cart. And what happens here, once it's been added to cart, it says, hey, this pairs well with product XYZ. Spend $90 more to get free shipping. But what you notice is that the $300 does a really good job of just getting people to buy a little more than they're already buying. This is going to be important for the next brand we're going to talk about. But the idea here is just be a little bit more expensive than the average cart value to get people to buy just one more thing. Now, this works very well for a company that's a $150 average cart. You see, like, most of the t-shirts are like $90 to $110, but then the sweatshirts are $200 plus. And then when you actually get to like outerwear, all of a sudden the pricing starts getting much more expensive, $800, $900, $300, $400, something like that. So at the end of the day, the average cart value on here is probably like $275. So what they're trying to do is just get a person to just buy that extra shirt, just get that extra thing. So they do a good job of just a little bit more money, which is very smart. Now, again, the whole point of this brand is the terrain of outdoor terrain in Canada. I think I haven't actually confirmed it. Maybe they do sell all over the world. So it's not like just for people in Canada, but I just feel like the point that they're trying to come across in their branding is like outdoors. It is like rainy, snowy, like mountains, stuff like that. Like that's the feeling that they want to express in their product line here in the forest of Canada. Yet when I come to their site, I just feel like they don't do a great job of that. And I feel like they could showcase pictures of people in actual terrain. Now, this is a client I worked with in the past. And on this page, they do that. They show the product picture. And then when you could see a model like really there, right? Same sort of idea here of just showcasing the product in the appropriate terrain for that product. They're anyways creating these pictures for the social media. So the idea of essentially over time replacing this product picture with the guy on the cliff, like this shows off the terrain much better than this. And I feel like that would do a good job here of getting people to understand the brand more. Like I feel like they do a great job. They have 210,000 followers on Instagram. Okay. Their Facebook only has about 14,000 followers on it, but the whole point of their social very much feels like this brand, this outerwear, rough terrain brand. Like that's what they stand for. Like that's what it's about. And their videos are great. Ironically, this one is landscape mode, so you can actually watch it on the side. But their site just doesn't do that same thing. And when you go to the product images, they do the same thing. It just shows off like product images in a studio. And then here it happens to be this one. I checked on a bunch of them. This one happens to have the product image, but most of them don't. Most of them don't have, like, most of them do not have a picture of the person, the model physically on location. And I just feel like they could do that. And for the amount that the product costs, like, that's what I want to see. I want to see people out there in the wilderness somewhere. And on top of that, I think that going in the direction of influencer marketing or UGC creative, where you're finding users that are out there going for a run. Like I want to see people like in like 8 inches of snow. Like that's what I want. Like obviously right now is not summer season quite yet. It's not yet snowing in Canada. I assume some places it probably is snowing somewhere in Canada right now.
But it's still wilderness trekking, meaning there's still the entire fall season, right? That's like you have autumn, you have leaves, right? Like let's go.
Right, exactly. And so I just feel like they're just missing out on these pictures that are just show off what the brand is. Here's this woman. She's outside, right? Great. This is what I want to showcase. And it just doesn't portray that well on the site. And I feel like putting those aspects on the site can really help with creative. But then once you see which creative does well on the site, to then adapt that to these ads. All they're running at the end of the day is studio imagery on their ads. And then this one video that was uploaded a couple of weeks ago already. And it does a pretty good job of showcasing, the brand, but it's just one piece of content. If they had a dozen or so different pieces of creative, they already have a beautiful average cart, like we talked about already. Probably about $275 right now, as is, without them having to do very much. I think that showcasing more product images will create a higher average or conversion rate on their site, just because the users will get it more. We have to imagine that it feels like their site's built right now for their previous customer, and they could be attracting much more engaged new users by having pictures that fit with with their with their product line. Now I don't know exactly where their product is in this imagery. I do know that they have like a Hoka collapse. I'm not sure where the pictures are, but they could be showing off these products in imagery that is on the ads, both carousels of UGC of real users, which really would be very powerful. Two, videos like they have of just people out there. Like imagine if they had people doing some like crazy marathon, those like 100-mile like in the wilderness things. Like just people like that, like they're taking off this jacket, putting on that jacket. Their team is meeting them to change in the middle, like based on how far they've run. They need to wear something different, and each terrain it's changing, and it's like a David Goggins sort of situation, like that guy. And that's what they're making here, built to last a lifetime. Excellent craftsmanship. I even think I found early on in their feed, much like we had talked about, like that boot company. This was the people somewhere in here was making, was showing off the craftsmanship. Right? And so they do all of this already. All this work is done already. Like this is really why I love talking about brands like this, because it's not like they have to come in and do all this new stuff for ads. They already have the content. They already have the product line. They already have the users that love them already. Just take all those pieces, put them together, and attract new people just like those people. In fact, targeting should be pretty easy. Targeting people that love those sort of like ultra marathon stuff like that. And so I think all together, this brand has so much opportunity in sales because it's literally just like put all the right pieces together and all of a sudden accelerate to the moon. Like
exactly,
everything's ready to be
there's
here.
Also, we didn't mention they have the data. That's the other thing. Like they're sitting on actual Facebook data with the Facebook pixel. They have it all in there. So when you talk about like targeting new people, like it's already there.
So it actually looks like they might not have a Facebook pixel. Let's see. I'm just going to refresh the page to confirm. But they do have an Instagram page. The Instagram page is 200,000 people, which is somewhere around 800,000 people that have engaged in their page. But then all of this content is another million people. Like just this one video has 400,000 views, 600,000, like 60,000 views, 999,000 views. So we're talking about like another 500,000-600,000 people that have watched content about each of their different products. And that is an enormous amount of content that they could be leveraging to target those people. Like I would assume that 97% of the people that have watched this piece of content didn't buy the product, right? But targeting 75%, because this is a higher average cart value. If it was a low cart value, $5, $6, $10, I'd want to target everyone. But for this sort of thing, like they have to really watch this video for 75, 95%. But we're still sitting on probably like 200, 300,000 people that could be targeted that are relevant users for their Instagram retargeting. And then lookalike. Now, it appears to me that they do not have a Facebook pixel because it's not blue on there, that image, which is very interesting to me because that means that all the people coming to their website are lost out on. And if they were to just add that code now, bam, from now on, they would be able to track those people. So that's really Step one, add a Facebook pixel. It takes 2 seconds on Shopify. Literally, it's just like connect your Facebook account. I'm seeing here they use Klaviyo already. It says here they do have a Facebook pixel. When I look at, so that it's not showing up for you, but I use this tool called Built With, and on the tool it says that they do have a Facebook pixel. So it is a bit weird to me that it's not showing up. Curious as to why that is, but like overall, everything about this brand is exactly what they need to be. They have the audience, they have the product, they have the creative, they have the branding very strong, and I do think that the site isn't telling the same story that social media is, and I think that's really what the opportunity is. Put all those pieces together, tons of money.
Rocket fuel.
Make some money. That's it.
Let's make money. Awesome. That's fantastic. That's a fantastic one. It's the classic like apparel model. We've seen this a million times and they fit the bar. Absolutely. Okay, this next brand it's a little bit of everything, to be honest. You got some apparel, you got some swag, you got some keychains. I'm not really sure what's going on, but I chose it. I'll tell you one thing I like. Here's what I like about them.
What do you like?
One 1.6 million followers on Instagram, and guess how many ads they're running?
Zilch.
Zilch, that's right. The German word for zilch.
0. Now, this is an interesting brand. It's an interesting brand because when you come to their Instagram, so this is actually the shop brand. Let me jump over to the actual brand. So this is 1.6 million followers, and they're a comic. It's just a short little comic, and the comics have thousands and millions of views. Like this one video has 1.1 million views. And so just like you'd imagine the Peanuts, right? So people love those characters, and look what the Peanuts have done. They have movies and books and merchandise and all that stuff. Now, specifically with the Peanuts, they're a lot more guarded with their product lines and their merchandise. But that doesn't seem to be the case for this brand because they have a ton of different types of products, from figurines to shirts to magnets to rugs, notebooks, like literally stickers, like you name it, they sell it, keychains, decor.
Kind of reminds me of like Hello Kitty, right? Same thing.
Yeah, for sure. So now if you are a person that really loves the brand, now there is this distinction that has to happen because there are people that saw this video. These videos are going viral, if you will, 1 million views, 5 million views, right? So there's a difference between like watching a video and actually like connecting with these characters. And in this specific instance, I would say we have to almost exclude the lower quality users in some way because there's so many. Like we have to be exclusive about who we actually talk to. Like you mentioned 1.6 million followers, but I really only want those people that are like really in love with this brand. Like they have to have done something that's over the top more than just the average person. For example, saving a post is one of the options that is a targeting option. Messaging the page, right? Nice. 95 or 75% video views. Now, the issue is these videos are just so short that 95% is only 6, 7, 8 seconds, right? It's not that much of a commitment to actually, be that person. But I would be really strict about who I'm actually targeting just because there are so many people in their reach and most of them are not relevant. That's
what about
already
like people who like the amount of videos they watched, right? Like,
well, that's actually unfortunately not a targeting option. There's a targeting option for time watched. There's a targeting option for an amount of engagement, like visiting the page is one type of engagement, but then commenting is another, saving is another, messaging is another. So all of those are different targeting options, and they should be leveraging those different types of actions because they have so much to choose from. They don't have to go to a brand like to new audiences first. They can still leverage their warm audiences and still potentially have 1 million people following them. Like the followers are a targeting option versus someone who watched just 10 seconds of video might not be as relevant. Now I'm going to go to their website. We've talked about this a lot. Their average cart value is probably much lower than the average cart, right? $5 for a bunch of sticky notes is not going to exactly make the bank. So what they really have to figure out is exactly what other companies are doing great, which is figuring out how to get people to buy bundles. And they do something here, which is very interesting. I already added a product to cart, so I wanted to see what it looks like. So you could see on desktop just a little bit. You have to scroll down to actually read what the words are of the product. I'm not sure if this is intentional or not, but when you go to mobile, this tool becomes much less helpful to the user because you actually have to scroll to see.
You're not going to see that. Yeah.
And so you already see the product. Now they have this thing. It's $75 for free shipping. Now I'm pretty curious because the average products are not $75. They're $10, $12, $15. So I'm curious when they choose that number 75. Is it that the user is just a little bit away, or are they really far away? Like, are they leveraging the $75 just because they need the user to buy 8 more items? Now, this actually happened with a client of mine where they did something like this. They were selling baby clothing, and the average product's like, let's call it $8 to $12. So you buy 4 items, and you end somewhere in that range, like $42, $45, somewhere in that block of money. And so they used to have free shipping at $50. So the person would get to 42. Oh, I only need one more item to get over 50. Great. I'll just buy one more item, check out, get free shipping, move on. Amazing. Now they wanted to do a test where they raise it to $75 for just like this brand. And what they found was that their conversion rate plummeted into the ground. Why? Because at $42, I need to add 5 more items just to get to $75. I'm not even close to $75. So I'm just like, okay, I'm going to hold off.
Yeah.
I want to, I'll come back later, which I probably won't. And then I'll think about buying a different item because I'm just not buying enough that it's relevant for me to spend $48 and pay for shipping, or wait till I get to 73 and then add that one more item, pay for shipping. So that became the problem. So they actually had to go back to 50. The true answer is that it's probably better for them to have found a happy medium, like $60. So at 42, they still need to get 2 more items, and it still is able to pull their average cart value up. I fear that with this brand at 75, they're doing that number that's just such a far distance away that becomes a problem. The issue they might have and why they're doing the $75 is they just calculated the weight of the products they're shipping. So now this tiny little piece of metal, it can fit into a standard envelope. Now I assume they're not, I don't know, but I assume they're not just shipping them in these standard little envelopes. So all of a sudden they have to pay for the package, they have to pay for the stamp, they have to pay. And so when you're putting in a large variety of desk mats, which are much bigger and sold in a roll, right? I actually had one once upon a time somewhere in a box, I don't know where. So now at 59, for them to have to pay for shipping free at 50 might not be worth it anymore, because all of a sudden to buy the specialty plastic that has to get wrapped in, and then whatever, all the packaging, and then the stamp for it. So they might just for profit margin reasons might have to have it at 75. But if the reason is to convince the user to buy just one more item, I fear that they're losing out on a big opportunity here. The other issue is that we spoke about this for another brand, there's just so much stuff, so many options here that they do have this thing where it sort of sorts the sort of types of products they might be looking for. Oh, they want home decor is different than accessories, and the user probably isn't coming here just sort of guessing what they want. But I feel like for this specific type of brand, they should have a buyer's guide or something, like a gift guide. I assume there's a nice mix of user between a person that is the actual lover of the comics versus the family member that wants to buy for their family, and they're just lost here. This is sorted. This page is sorted. The 136 possible items sorted by best selling. So these 2 keychains are actually the most expensive, which makes a lot of sense. It's pretty cheap, and it showcases the actual comic, the bear in the comic. So it makes a lot of sense that this would be the thing. But just see how drastically the pricing changes. These are $10. These are $70. These are $8. These are $20. These are $75. These are $5. So it's just the pricing just saw all over the place in here that it's hard to sort of know what they want. So maybe it's worth it here on the side. They have this price, just have to leverage this. We spoke in other times about businesses leveraging the search tool. I think they could potentially have a drop down on here that just sorts it. They have a sales section to sort it by the pricing of it. I think that might be worthwhile on here. So okay, I'm here to buy a product. I kind of want to spend, in the range of $20 to $40 of show off products, and maybe even have bundles of even the keychains here, right? So they have here the separate keychains, the individual keychains. Why not sell a bundle of the 2? So they're both there. In fact, I think I read
it's called Milk and Mocha. You might I imagine fans of the brand want both, right?
Right. And so in the cart on desktop, they potentially could do this, right? They don't, because on mobile it cuts off the product image. So I think they should be doing what Gymshark does, which we spoke about Gymshark before. Gymshark sort of fills the whole rest of this page up with potential products. And I think that's exactly the sort of thing you want here, right? So you add your product to cart in here. Here's my product added to cart. All of a sudden, it's showcasing more products. It should load any second. It hasn't yet loaded. It looks like they stopped doing it. Maybe it's gone now. Last time we were on the podcast, it showcased additional products. So you're able to add products straight from here into it. I think that they should be leveraging that just here on the page so you can continue your shopping experience and leverage whatever AI pop-up tool is the new, I'm not sure what tool it is as of yet, but just a pop-up tool that's able to see the product and give suggestions based on people that bought that product, other products similar. Oh, they buy keychains, show more keychains, stuff like that, like within the same category. Maybe include in there like best-selling products through like, oh, the sweatshirt's in there just in case they do want to buy the sweatshirt, stuff like that. So that's really what I would do in this brand. I almost think at a certain point they're sitting, and I'm going to mention this again with another brand later, they're sitting on too many users, and they have to really focus their ad spend to make sure they're not reaching everyone that's ever heard of their, videos, but just focus on those really strong, engaged users and try to figure out a way to target like friends and family of those people.
Oh, that's cool.
Right? And
your children like this brand.
Well, it could. No, I'm saying it could. I don't know that this is a kid's comic. I don't know.
Unclear. Yeah, I mean they're selling adult products. We saw on the website, right? They have polos for for adult women, right? So
right. So my assumption is it's not just kids, and there is a bunch of opportunity to leverage. Like for example, there's a targeting option within Facebook. Friends of female with a birthday in 7 to 30 days. Cool. Friends of a female birthday in the next 60 days. People with their birthday in the month of XYZ. And then you can literally target people like, oh, this month, let me target people with their birthday coming up or a friend's birthday coming up. And just because you're sitting on so many users, if they could just focus on their best users, focus on people that, I don't know on their, let's see where they send people. This is just the regular page. This is the regular big. This is
the brand page, yeah,
not
like
the shopping account that's showcasing products, but the actual brand page sends to here. And the very first click on top is their merch page, right? So at least here it's a little bit sorted because it's specifically the fall collection. I can click in to see the fall collection, and then it changes between notebooks. And this is like a pretty good landing page, and they should be using this landing page for traffic. But it's just interesting that that's the top, meaning it's not some website where they have a collection of comics. It's not like, I'm surprised a little bit. This is smart that they sell these like additional stickers and stuff like that. But I'm surprised they don't have like a Patreon sort of thing that would allow users to get like maybe like first look or maybe some connection to the artist. Like I don't really know enough about the brand to be able to comment on like potentially like I would want to be able to talk to the artist, but I don't know that the artists are even public. I don't know that people even know who the artists are, right? So I would say like leverage the brand in different ways besides the store to just have people that love the brand and are interested and want to know more and have a way to connect. Like I've seen creators like this where they'll include at the end of the video on YouTube, as an example, like their Patreons, their biggest supporters and stuff like that. And so if I tell you, hey, you are someone that loves our brand, help support the brand, I'm sure people would pay for that. Or even to sponsor, this would be pretty easy to do, like birthday messages, like digital greeting cards. Do they have something like that on here? I don't see that on here, but I feel like that's a really big opportunity for them. Digital content where they can sell a birthday card or something, or even they have cards. I think even in here, they had somewhere they had stationery. They have these greeting cards, right? So now imagine they sold digital greeting cards. I heard about a brand that does this in a huge way. I didn't work with them, so I don't know enough about their brand, but the company that I heard about is, I believe it's called this, and they sell both physical journals and digital planners. So you're paying $25 for an ability to have the printable and digital, like literally like a PDF. You're selling a PDF for $25. But then what I love even more is digital stickers. They're selling for $20.
Oh, for $20. Oh, that's interesting.
It's just pictures. It's just
like WhatsApp stickers?
Stickers to then be able to use. And I feel like they have this already. I'm not sure if these cost money or not. These might be just something I can add to my store. Does it cost money? it's $1, right? And so they are already leveraging this. Potentially, this is a big opportunity for them to sell like packages of stickers like this for $20 and it doesn't cost them anything. They don't have to ship anything. And the people that like it, they want to be able to use it. And so I think that there's a lot of potential for this brand. They have a huge following, a giant virality with their actual content. And there's a lot of places that they could leverage both their content and their products and the digital trademarks of their brand for things like stickers and greeting cards and all that fun stuff. So that's what I have here for Milk and Mocha.
Milk and Mocha. Run some ads, make more money. It's very possible. It's unbelievably possible. This next brand coming up is, okay, so this is a little bit of an interesting character. This is a person, he's got a bakery, and he leveraged himself to also then create an apparel brand. That's the vibe I'm getting from him. His name is Johnny Cupcakes.
Johnny Cupcakes. Okay, so let me get Johnny Cupcakes open in here. And what's funny is that when you sent me the brand, I didn't know it was an actual person. I just knew that I'm just sharing it wrong. I'm going to try again.
That was correct.
It was just not sharing the whole screen. So it says right here on the page that they have you can come to the location and hear a speak. And then they have custom merch. So this guy here is Johnny Cupcakes in all his glory. And this logo stands out in a great way to the point where his whole store is like branded with that logo. It's like really fantastic. And so he does a great job of branding. He's got a nice amount of followers, 175,000 followers on Instagram, 150,000 followers. Luckily, an active Facebook pixel, unlike other brands that we spoke about earlier today. And his brand sticks in your mind, meaning like if you've seen the brand, you're going to remember this logo. This is a really powerful logo. I'm curious, like his background's in design. It's interesting that he sells cupcakes because on here it's not merely cupcakes. Again, the greeting cards, the clothing, accessories, and he also has a very interesting way of gamification. If you see across the top, it says get up to 5 free gifts with your order when you spend $100 or more. So he's very much enticing people to buy $100. Unfortunately, I couldn't figure out for this how to switch from shekel to dollars. So just divide by 3. Just imagine the number is somewhere between 3 and 4. I do want to talk about this pop, which is why I didn't X out of it. I feel like this pop-up is super important. And I want to talk about it like out of order just because I can't X out and then have the pop-up show up again. But he has a lot of items that are only around for a very short time. And so he sells things and then they're out of stock. And so if you want the products, like they go to the vault, right? Less than 24 hours, it's unlocked and you can get all these things. And then they're going away for a whole year. Who knows? Like they're just not available anymore. And so you really want to talk, like it says it in here, info on new releases, sales. And now again, he does a great job branding and it looks exactly like his brand and it's really great. But I just feel like he needs to do more to tell people like, you need to be on this list if you want to get the product you want. Because you're going to get the first look on stuff that's running out of stock. You're going to get the first look on new arrivals. You're going to get the first look on, promotions and stuff like that. You need to be here on this email list, like period, end of story. And I feel like while this does a good job of branding him and looking like his brand, and it even looks like a recipe card, it literally says recipe for fun, and it looks like a recipe card from a bakery, but it doesn't talk enough about what you get from being on the email list. And so I would hope somewhere on here, I haven't looked for it yet, the page is so long, somewhere on here, there's a place like deals and drops and pop-up. He should have an exclusive landing page. I'm not sure if we spoke about this, but there's a store called Meshki. I think we spoke about this. Did we speak about this before?
The VIP thing, right?
So Meshki has the M list, the Meshki M list. And we talked about this also with Kith, and they just have this beautiful landing page that talks about all the rewards just for joining their email list. The bronze tier is literally $0. You join the email list, you get these things. And he should make a super beautiful branded landing page that is all of the features of just joining the list. That's it. And like it happens to be, it's 10% off on here. Here's the pop-up. Sign up, get your thing, get an instant code. But it's like more than that. It's more because here's some personal notes from the head baker. I just feel like he has such
become
a strong,
like a super fan. This is how you level up, you know?
right. And so he has such a strong branding like voice. His voice is so loud on the site, which is great. And if you're part of the community, you know, like you'll understand these things. And I just feel like everything, like you saw, like the loading screen even is branded. Like there's just so much opportunity in here to feel like the full branded experience. But I want to take you to their cart because they do such a phenomenal job here. And so I'm just going to add. I want to add enough to get to $100. So it happens to be this product's $100, and I'm quick add it to the shop. I'm going to add it, and then check cart. Right here in the cart, they tell me all of these things. Now, if I was not at $100, cool. Right, it said unlock for $100, get the free greeting card. Spend $150, get free socks. $200, get free notebooks and socks and greeting card. $250, free art print, notebook, socks, greeting card. $300. Like it just keeps going, and it just incentivizes just the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. And so here already, 5 free gifts. Free mystery art print, free mystery socks. And I just feel like, wow, I'm getting so much. I'm just going to remove one because I just put in before they put $100 in. So it's
There's
just like
3 of those, 3 sweatshirts in there.
I took it out just because I wanted the one for $100, just enough one, right? I think I'm $1 short. I'm $2 short for a free thing. So I'm just going to add one more to get enough. And then it just like stacks the whole cart with all of this fun stuff in here. And like it gets me to want to spend more, right? And they do such a great job. Everything about this is so beautiful. Do you see there's no ads running?
They have no ads. That's correct.
That's like it's just crazy. Like they have such a strong. They're not running any ads. Like they have such a strong presence on their site versus we've already spoke about another brand that like they're living on social, their engagement's there on social, and here like their site is alive. Like the whole, I don't even know this brand. You literally sent this to me 5 minutes ago, and just like there's so much about this brand. I'm curious what the Instagram looks like. Like there's just so much like flavor here in their site, in their social, in their videos. Like what is this guy? He's just like here on the rack. He's just showing off. Like he's here at a location, and this video, this has 800 likes on this. Like I'm curious how many people are actually like close enough to the Boston, foodies shopping area that they can come and buy it in person. But like we just spoke about the caricatures. He has the trademarks. He's got all of these things. He's got such a strong brand experience. He's a part of the brand. His face is on the brand. It's crazy to me that they're not running Facebook ads.
Yeah, this should be an instant thing. Yeah,
and I haven't even gone to UGC on here. I'm just curious how many people already are tagging. Like, people love him. Like, of course, I want to post stuff about, like, this is him on stage. I have no idea what's going to happen. He just came at it. Like, there's just so much here. Like, this is crazy. I'm actually shocked that this guy doesn't. I want to follow him. I'm just going to follow him. Here we are. And just like, here's this random dude, and he's wearing the merch, right? And so, like, leveraging this type of content, and then for sure you want in the box. I have to imagine this unboxing experience. Like he just unboxed himself. Did we just like watch that? He just unboxed himself. I want to hope that the unboxing experience is as fun as that, right? Like, can you imagine you open like a box and it's got a shirt in it? Where did the video even go? I don't even know. It's gone forever now. Here, he literally just came out of a box like this. Can you imagine you open up a box that's like a sweatshirt and it comes with these like, how much extra would be to buy like a bunch of these little balls that you put in? Like, you just want like a fun unboxing experience on here, because that's just like how the brand speaks. And in there should be a instruction like, post about us, like tell your friends. Like, if you're passionate about this brand, you want to be on social, you want to have like a special cute like a hashtag that people can use, that I want to include on here to be like the gang, the community, the people that they all like are together. And I'm curious what's on his link tree, because we already did it on the last one. You can get him to speak. here's where he's going to be next. But I'm surprised he doesn't have like a clubhouse. Is that his old clubhouse? Oh, no one uses this anymore. That's funny. I was excited because I thought it was going to be like a community. Like he should have a Discord. He should have like a group of people. Like, because if they like him, they want to be a part of it. They want to be part of all the stuff that he's doing on here. He's going to these random. This is his bakery. This is his actual bakery. I'm curious if there's like people standing outside all the time, but I feel like he could leverage this. Just, it's the community of people that love him because he's just got so much. This is him giving back. Like, there's just so much he's doing. He's part of so many different things, and the fact that he's not running ads is wild. I'm like, really, like, there's just so much opportunity between leveraging the email, creating some sort of Discord or community or something that people can use, even a paid place for people to be, where he comes on and does Facebook like lives and stuff like that, like a paid like an OnlyFans, but not actually an OnlyFans. And he's just like, what does his TikTok look like? I didn't even go on here because we can't really leverage the data on here, but just curious to see. It still has 500,000 likes on these posts. And so he just shows off there's so much on here. Like, he's got his own branded Starbucks mug. Like, seriously, like, just everything about this brand screams like, this is what I was just talking about. Is that how it comes in the mail? The product comes in like a Starbucks, like.
I don't know, but like it looks like he's having a lot of fun with this. Like, it's just nonstop brand all the way through.
And so to me,
it could be he doesn't actually even have a bakery. It could just be his store is themed like a bakery, and that's it.
Seriously. Like,
that's
seriously,
how he serves it. It's fantastic.
This is crazy. I actually just saw something like this, another brand that was doing really well on social, and they do this exact thing. You wait in line for an hour to order like a pancake, and they literally like go through the motions of making you a pancake, and it's a stuffed animal.
Right, I remember that. Yeah, exactly. This looks,
so, like,
that kind of looks like that's what it is.
Is that really what he is? He's not actually a cupcake store. He doesn't sell cupcakes. He doesn't sell cupcakes.
Maybe he used to.
And so like this, it's just, there's so much opportunity. Is this the community I was looking for?
No.
Community. It says the word community on top.
Serving the community.
Where people can follow him. So his cupcake store is not a cupcake store. This is nuts, man. This is like double your revenue possibilities. Like, this isn't like, oh, we can make a little bit more money. This is, you want to make that in-store experience available online, and you could do that. Like, literally, like, could you imagine the person buys something, and even just the email sequence that they get just like tells the story of their thing coming to life and how it's going to be packaged in the mail, and then the unboxing experience. Like, seriously, like, I don't have more to say. I'm just excited for this guy because I hope that we can connect with him and just like not make some money, but like make him like a ton of money, because there's just so much going on here that like I hope this guy's a millionaire. Like, I really do. I just hope he's killing it, because it's just like I'm happy. Like, I'm pumped for this guy.
Totally.
And I don't even know him.
Totally. Yeah, it really checks out. Checks out all the checks. All right, this last brand. Now, this is a brand that I think is doing it very well. And again, they are coming back to. There's a little bit of history here. Okay. Rhett and Link. You ever heard of those guys?
My wife used to watch Good Mythical Morning all the time.
So they were characters in the beginning of YouTube, when YouTube was becoming a thing. I think I'm like the same age as them. I don't even know. Like, I remember watching them and like.
Is your degree also in like science-y engineering thing?
No,
marketing. So they were both engineers, these like nerdy data guys.
But they're not nerdy. Like, they're awesome.
Making these videos, they've been around forever. So why are you saying
since like the early 2000s? That's what I'm saying. Like, I remember them at the beginning of like the YouTubes. They were there, and they have leveraged themselves, and that's why you should know, they're in the top 10 list of top revenue YouTubers on Earth, right?
Okay.
They're up there with the leagues of Mr. Beast, okay? This store, I don't know how long the store's been around, but I could tell you 5 months ago when I started working for you, they had 0 ads. I mean, this store was like a fledgling, right?
Yeah.
And now it looks like they, since then they've really kicked it up. So I'm curious what your thoughts are, like where they have gone in the past 5 months. Like, what can you see?
Sure. So I want to start off with their ad library because it's also a little interesting on here. So let me just open my window. So this is their ad library, and it says, interestingly, 3 ads. And then when you scroll, there's a lot more than 3 ads. What's interesting, though, is that it's not merch. This is a location. This is prepare to see them live.
I wonder if you're on a different ad account. I was on their ad account. It was 190.
This is just the Red and Link page. Where do you want me to go?
Go to the Mythical store. Or go to the Mythical store itself.
Mythical
store, right? So Rhett and Link is a brand. Good Mythical Morning is a separate brand.
Here?
Yeah, that's it. No, that doesn't make sense. I just checked it out. Hold on. Now I gotta look. I'm looking again. Because I checked it out this morning. They were running 190 advertisements.
Here's on the official Good Mythical Morning page.
Not Good Mythical Morning. It's called Mythical Store.
Since this morning, they turned all their ads on. No, I don't know. What's happening here?
Mythical Store. There's no way. I was just there. This is the craziest thing.
So for right now, they're not here, which I find to be interesting.
I don't believe it. I wonder if they just changed it. Like
just
within the past hour, man.
That's crazy.
No, I have 190. I got 190 here. I'm sending you a link.
Send me a link.
I'm sending it. Can I send it in this chat here? I'm going to cut all this out. Is there even a chat button? Okay, I'm sending it to you on the WhatsApps.
Send me on the WhatsApps.
WhatsApps.com. Not running Facebook ads. Check that bad boy out. I'm not sure why you're seeing what I'm seeing. I feel like I'm taking crazy pills.
So it's all here now. It's back. It's on the same page. But it's still not here. Look, it's still not showing.
What? Oh, it just went up to 3. Look at that. Is it possible that I'm not even sure how? Okay.
Okay, we're just gonna go with this. We're gonna keep this page on because it says 190.
Well, that's why I thought they were a great example, right? You're doing 190. That means you're in scale mode.
Right, but they're just running ads. Even still, they're just running ads for the show.
Not even the merch. I mean, this is the merch store, and they're not running any.
This is not the merch store. This is the Rhett and Link page.
That is so weird.
The Mythical merch store is not running.
Right, the Mythical is not running any ads. Okay, good to know. We have so much to talk about now.
Okay, so you want to let's start it again, and we'll start it again?
Yeah, I'll start it again. Okay, for the last one, this is a brand I've been following since I was I think a late teen. What are those called? An L-teen? That's the official term?
Official term?
The preferred nomenclature is an L-teen. When I was an L-teen, these 2 stars were coming out on YouTube called Rhett and Link. Now, anyone who knows that name obviously watched them throughout their career. They became Good Mythical Morning and then leveraged that to also sell merch online. They are in that top 5 most revenued YouTubers on planet Earth, up there with Mr. Beast and who's that boxer again?
Jake Paul.
Jake Paul, yeah. They're there, okay? So
Ryan, gotta love Ryan.
Mega fame status, making lots of money, leveraging merch as you should, and yet, Azriel, what do you have to guess?
And yet, okay. So I'm gonna jump in here, and we're actually gonna start off by saying that we are having some technical difficulties here because we went into the Rhett and Link Instagram, Facebook library, and it claims that they have 3 ads, but then you scroll and you scroll and you scroll and you just keep seeing ads. So it's unclear how many ads they have running, if they just turned a bunch of ads off while we were in the middle of doing this, unclear. But all of the ads are focused on one thing, which is that they have an upcoming event on October 26th, like literally just in a couple of days. and they are pushing that in a big way. And all of the ad spend is focused on just that one thing. Great, right? But as you already mentioned, they have a huge number of people that follow them. 4 million people on Facebook, 3.6 million people. We're talking about almost 8 million people altogether that follow them on social media, just on Facebook and Instagram. They are recognized faces for a very long time. They have a lot of virality. Now, we actually mentioned this with another brand. Because they've been around for so long, it's possible that people that used to follow them all those years ago might not be as relevant, right? So the people that followed them in 2008, I'm actually curious when their Facebook page came out because I think I could see. 2007, their page started in 2007. They've been around for that long. And this is just their Facebook page. I think their YouTube page goes back earlier than this. But probably. People that like them in 2009, 11, and 12 probably might not engage with them that much. So I would actually just focus on people that have engaged with them in the last couple of months because I need to know that they're really engaged users. I could target just people that have engaged, again, came to the Facebook page, came to the Instagram, watched a video just in the last 6 months. That's really what I want to focus on because I want to make sure that they're not someone who followed them 8 years ago and just really has nothing to do with them. Now, they have a large variety of stuff. Again, I have tried to figure out how to change the cart value to dollars. Unfortunately, I just couldn't locate. Here, I located. So let me just do that so we can all see the same.
Right. Now, this is, by the way, they have a lot going on in their life under their brand, meaning they have Rhett and Link, the names. They have Good Mythical Morning, their show, which is a separate brand. They have this thing called the Mythical Store, which seems to be leveraging Good Mythical Morning, right? Mm-hmm. And not the Rhett and Link name.
Yeah. So, and then on here, they sell clothing, hair and beard balm and oil.
That
makes
sense.
Accessories. They sell just more stuff. Sporked. I don't even know what that is. What's Sporked? Just stuff. Another brand. As you said, there's just so many brands that they have in here. Kitchen products. Right?
Well, because on their show, right, they do like these cooking things or whatever.
So now there's just so much opportunity on here. And if I just go society, again, we just spoke about this, to build something that's exclusive for very smart. I don't know how you join the society. How do you join the society? You have to pay?
Blood donation.
Email list.
So much easier than my idea.
What was your idea?
Blood donation.
Blood donation. Maybe not that. But here, look. We just spoke about this on the last guy. Here's a branded thing. The landing page fits their mythical society. They tell you what you get for each thing. You spend maybe a little bit of money, you get additional access, you get money off, you get exclusive pre-sales, exclusive products, exclusive podcast, exclusive video, all of the collectibles. And so they give you a reason to subscribe, to do more. And I think that's very, very smart. I think that they shouldn't be hiding that somewhere. Why is it so difficult to locate? I want to send people here and be like, oh my gosh, I really want that shirt. I guess I'll sign up to the list. 2000th episode coin. Like, you got to really love this store, this site to want to buy it. But there's just so much stuff on here. And much like we spoke about the other brands, right? They already have a large following. Between all the pages that they have, their website visitors are probably through the roof. Like I have here, they have a Facebook pixel. They're using the Facebook pixel. They even have, you don't see it on yours for whatever reason, but they even have a pixel for how long you spend on the site. It literally is like there's a 5 second, a 3 second, and a 10 second. I don't know if it keeps going after that, but you're able to see how long the users are actually spending on the site to then target people. Because like what we said for the other brands, when you have such a big following and you have to push people away sometimes, it's good to be able to talk only to the best people. And who are the best people? Those people that spend a bunch of time. Guess what? There's even a targeting option on Facebook. Top 25% of users on your site, top 5% of users, top 10% of users, top just people who got to the cart page. You're just able to sort of segment people, because when you're sitting on 8 million followers, which means if you do the math, they're probably sitting on something like 30 million engagers plus all the video views on top of that. And their videos also get a million views, 11 million views, stuff like that. So they're probably sitting, again, just in the last 6 months on another 10 million people that have watched their content. So almost 50 million users. At that point, you sort of need to say to yourself, like, how do I make sure I'm not wasting my money on random people that aren't relevant to my store? I want to be targeting the email list. I want to be targeting the 95% video views. I want to be targeting those people that just engaged with the last couple of weeks. I want to target the people that have been the most engaged on the site. Those are the people I want to leverage for targeting. And I want to just send them to here. I want to send them to this is the fan favorites. This is, this is actually the best-selling products, coloring book. I don't have to do anything. As far as the other stores, I feel like if I just sent someone here, they would find pretty quickly what they want, whether it's a mug, a shirt, a Rubik, literally, they're all over the place as far as a candle. And because their brand has been around for so long, if they're able to find the users that are I would almost consider just the last 10 days. I just want to talk to the people that have engaged in the last 10 days. They just show their relevance in a strong way. 10 days, 25% top users. 10 days, 95% video views. 10 days, message on Instagram. Stuff like that. They're really engaged users. And to show up here, send traffic, and then have a way to upsell. I actually don't know what their upselling thing looks like. So let's just see what happens on here. So they have in here, customers also bought a nice little cute little box in here to just get them to buy more. And I already qualified for free shipping, which means the free shipping was at $75. So as opposed to the other brand that we mentioned, that maybe $75 is too low, too high, maybe for them it's too low. You want them to, buy that one more thing. And here it really works. I really like what the last brand did, where it incentivized along the way, get to the next 50, and just keep adding more. And they really could do that with just this large variety of different products. And I think people would spend, their mega fans would really spend at that level. And they have, again, all the stuff they need to do it. I have to imagine that with all these merch, they could have pictures and videos of them wearing the product. They could have pictures of, them playing with the products, drinking from the mugs. I don't know. Do they on Good Mythical Morning have the mugs that they sell? And you could just literally have just the products in the image. We talked about this already with other influencers. Just have them wearing a shirt like this in a picture. This is their 10-year tee, right? Stuff like this. They just have to have it around in their products. They can even use these stickers, just have it on the laptop that's playing it on the screen. And they, in theory, don't even have to be in the videos because of the fact that they've done such a good job of branding the whole Mythical show, that are people not directly related to them. I think there's a huge opportunity for them to be running ads, and they are running ads. It just appears to me that they're not leveraging the ads specifically for the merch store. It seems that this Halloween show is just the more top of mind to them. I'm curious if they actually turn their other ads off to sort of focus specifically on these ads. But with the number of followers that they have, I feel like they could run lots of ads all at once, and I don't think anyone would be bombarded by, oh my gosh, so many ads for merch. But again, you need to really focus the merch down to just a couple of days, because they have to have just engagement. Oh my gosh, I just saw them online, and now I'm seeing an ad for them, right? So that's really what I have here for this brand.
Yeah, but they're right. It's really truly incredible, and it's also interesting to see that they're not running a lot of product related ads. But I have to safely assume they switch it off, based on season and things like that.
Right.
Yeah, that's cool. They're awesome. They're cool. All right, so that's the 4 brands. That's today's show. Hope you guys learned a lot. We went through a bunch of different things, and it's super valuable to everybody here. The brands, we would love to work with you. You guys have so much opportunity.
And if you're a brand that wants to be on the show and get talked about,
don't hesitate to ask.
A message.
Don't be shy. You're being too shy. That's the problem.
Too shy. You should be making more money.
You should be making more money. New tagline. I like it. That's even better, actually.
Print. Okay. Send to print.
Ba-boom.